Your Special Gift by Max Lucado. Punchinella stepped out of her little house, looked at the bright orange sunrise, listened to the singing birds, and smiled.
What a great day, Eli!
She shouted to her maker Eli, who looked up and waved. His house sat on the highest hill, but not so high that he couldn't hear and see the wooden people he had made, the Wemmicks.
Consider it a gift, my friend.
He replied as he entered his workshop. Punchinella noticed a bright red package in her mailbox.
My, what is this? Someone gave me a present? A hammer! I love hammers, but who can it?
She looked up and down the street, but saw no one. Not far away, in another small house, Lucia, Punchinella's friend, was asking the same question.
Who gave me such a nice gift?
She wondered as she lifted the lid off the box she found outside her front door.
A paintbrush and a palette of paint. I love to paint, but who knew?
Splint and Woody lived down the road from Lucia. They found their gifts at the front of their beds.
Wow, thanks, Woody. I didn't give it to you. Did you give this to me?
He held up the green box with the yellow ribbon.
No, but let's open our present. Sewing stuff. I love to sew. A guitar. I know how to play one of these. Katie, you're supposed to brought these gifts for us. And why?
Splint and Woody weren't the only curious Wemmicks. Hannah the baker received a gift too.
Look, a new spoon.
Violet the florist found a beautiful vase on her doorstep.
Ooh.
Even the mayor and his wife had discovered gifts.
Look, a bucket and a brush. I love to clean things. Why when I was a little woman? Not me. I don't like to clean things. That gift must be for you.
The mayor reached further into the box.
And this was for you, a book. A story for little Wemmicks. What fun. Who gave us these gifts? I don't know, but I seem so low who could use a story.
The mayor and his wife looked out the window to the street below at a very tired Wemmick family. The mother and father were leaning against the wagon. Their children, looking cold and sad, sat in the back. By the time the mayor and his wife reached the family, other Wemmicks were already there. Punchinella, Lucia, Splint, and Woody had brought their gifts to the village, hoping to find the giver. But when they saw the wagon, they dropped their presents in a pile and forgot about them.
What happened? Everything has gone wrong. Our wagon wheel broke when we crossed the bridge. When the wagon tilted, the rain soaked all our food. We're tired, hungry, and dirty. Where are you going? We came far away to see Eli, but we don't think we will make it. So tired, so hungry.
For a few moments, no one spoke. No one knew what to say. But Punchinella had an idea. She turned to her friends and announced,
Hey, we can help this family see Eli. Yeah!
and every Wemmick ran to work on the broken wheel. Splint and Woody tried to yank it off, but it wouldn't budge.
Here, let me get it.
But when she pulled the wheel, it broke into two pieces.
Now look what
But when he lifted the wheel, it fell apart. This isn't working, Punchinella thought, but she didn't know what to do.
We are so cold and hungry. I have clothes.
Off ran the baker to her house to fetch the clothes for the family.
I know how to cook.
The mayor looked at his wife in astonishment.
Well, I did cook once. It wouldn't take them. Maybe have somebody else cook once I can try.
But she didn't know how to cook. She returned with burned bread and cold soup. Hannah brought clothes, but they were cut to fit her short, square body. Again, Punchinella thought this was not working, but she didn't know what to do. Neither did anyone else. The family still shivered and their tummies still growled. What's worse, the Wemmicks began to argue with each other.
Your food's not fit to eat. And your wheel's so good for rolling.
When Lucia chuckled, Splint yelled at her.
You haven't helped at all. Well, I don't know what to do. None of us do. That's our problem. Something's not right. You bet it's not right. I know. Let's go talk to Eli. Yeah.
Everyone liked that idea, so together they walked up the hill to Eli's workshop. Punchinella knocked on the big wooden door. Eli opened it, wearing his apron and a warm smile.
Hello, friends. How can I help you?
They told him about the family of travelers. As they described the broken wheel, Eli nodded.
I know.
When they told their maker about the lost clothing and the ruined food, he nodded again.
I know. They're coming to see you, Eli. I know. You knew about the wheel and the food and the clothes? I did. You knew they were coming to see you?
Lucia looked at Punchinella. Punchinella looked at the others. They all looked at Eli and asked,
Then why didn't you help them? I did.
The Wemmicks were puzzled.
You did? How did you help them? I sent you. Us? You. I led them through the village so you could help them. That's our problem, Eli. We want to help, but we don't know how. The wheels are broken, and the travelers are still cold, and the food is still bad.
Even the mayor's wife nodded.
Sounds like everybody is doing something, but nobody is doing the right thing. What? Try this. Each of you do what you do best.
Everyone thought about this very hard.
Do what you do best. You have gifts, don't you?
Everyone thought, but nobody spoke up.
I do. I have a guitar. Someone give me a needle and thread.
One by one, the Wemmicks announced the gifts they received until Lucia suddenly understood.
You gave us those things, Eli, didn't you? Use the gifts I gave you. Don't try to use a gift you don't have. Just do the most of what you do best.
Feeling much better, they returned to the village and walked straight to the pile of gifts. Punchinella took her hammer and looked at the wagon.
I can repair the wheel of this.
Woody took his needle and thread.
Time for me to make some clothes.
Hannah the baker cooked with a spoon. The mayor cleaned the wagon with his brush and bucket. Lucia decorated it with her paint. After the baker fed the family and Woody finished sewing their clothes, the mayor's wife read stories to the children and Splint sang them songs. Not for long, however. The family was so tired they soon fell asleep. All the Wemmicks agreed to meet the next morning to take the travelers to Eli. As the sun rose, a group of happy Wemmicks led the wagon and the travelers up the hill. The birds sang and the Wemmicks smiled. When they reached Eli's house, he was glad to see them.
Looks like you made